How we doing, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Captain Greene 123. Thank you for joining us for another episode of Salt Ships and Scuttlebutt, a World of Warships podcast, hosted by yours truly and
Yours other truly, SeaLord Mountbatten.
Bam. How you doing?
I'm doing good. Adulting's cool. I set up the auto pay for my mortgage this week.
That's
So
good.
yeah, it is very good. About to see my credit score soar, even though it's already really high. What else has happened this week? It's been normal. No roof collapses, no plumbing debacles.
That's
Nothing's
good.
exploded. It's all calming down finally.
So, anyways, my switchboard in my house decided to explode earlier today, and it was funny because we had a you probably actually have a pretty good grasp on like how on this is probably pretty normal to you because you get a whole bunch of storms down in the south. This is so
Rain.
weird to me. No, yeah, I got like a 45-minute thunderstorm warning. Usually
Oh.
when we get warnings up here, it's like 2 days, it's going to be 95 degrees. Check up on grandma and grandpa, make sure they don't die of heat stroke. And but like now it was like for the next 30 minutes it's going to fucking rain. And I'm like, that was in the forecast. Like I was planning on that. And they're like, it might like really rain. I'm like, that's cool. So, anyways, we were gonna record earlier, and
Yeah.
then I was chilling in the bathroom taking a shit at arguably the most vulnerable moment somebody could be in. That's the only reason why I bring that up. I don't try to be weird. But I was just sitting there, just doing my thing, and all of a sudden all of the lights in the bathroom flicker off.
Oh, that's the worst.
And I'm like, like I just when you like kind of go primal and you start to hear everything.
Like your mind reverts back to factory settings, yeah.
Yeah. So like I was like, something's bumping up against the window outside the bathroom. And of course I've been watching like The Accountant too and stuff, so I'm like, somebody's out to get me. Meanwhile, I'm just a fat idiot living in Boston. There's nobody out to get me. I'm just slightly schizophrenic because I lost electricity. And so I go out and I'm like, this is gonna fucking blow. So I immediately text you. I'm like, bad news. I fucking I have no idea where the switchboard is. My landlord is out on a boat right now, so I'm not
He's
even
probably
gonna.
dead then, if you got this kind of weather.
No, they were fine.
Oh.
So it's kind of one of those situations where it's like, okay, this is I'm gonna live like a pilgrim. So I get out of the bathroom and I look over and everything in my office is still on. I'm like, wait a minute. Oh, I have an APS. Everything's connected to my APS. And I go in there and the APS is like in standby mode. And I'm like, what do you mean? So then I go over and like I'm checking out the kitchen and everything's still on. The lights in the kitchen still work. I'm like, so did this like the bathroom just trip? Like what the fuck?
Also, like they flipped off. They didn't just go like, mm.
No, yeah, like they just tripped. And
Oh.
because I originally thought that the whole like I had either lost panel or the whole panel went because I did hear a pop or a
Oh,
bang,
okay.
and I was like, uh-oh. And the other thing that sucks is this is my first few days off here in almost 30 days. So
Yeah,
I was
you get
really
that.
looking forward to just dive into my computer and just chill the fuck out. Got a crock pot too. My grandmother sent me a crock pot. So I'm like crock potting the fuck out of shit right now. It's going to
That's
be
like when I got
great.
my air fried. I just started air frying everything.
Oh my goodness. I was just texting with my grandmother because she was like, we were just kind of talking back and forth, and I was like, I'm getting to that old age. And she's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I think instead of going out and getting something like expensive or like eating takeout for a week to kind of reward myself after this whole fucking month basically of working, I'm like, I think I'm gonna get myself a crock pot. And she was like, "You're old," and I'm like, "That's great."
Dude,
So next day,
yeah.
she Amazon primed me a fucking like $150 crock.
That's a nice one. That's a really nice one.
And she was like, "There you go nuts. Here's like a shitload of recipes." And I'm like,
Yeah, because like you can put
"Fuck
something on before you go to work, and you come back and it's done, and it's
yeah."
ready to go. It's beautiful.
I love crockpotting just so much. So, I mean, listen, I can cook, but I'm not fucking Emerald. If you give me a tool that allows me to just throw everything at once into a pot and then leave it alone for 8 to 10 hours,
Then you come back
I'm
and it's
there.
tasty. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm there. Sure, it'll look like sick when you get back there, but then you stir it up and it looks good. You put some with those like spring onions on there, those little yeah, see, looks good.
There's
So
like crockpot macaroni, which is like it's the best macaroni and cheese ever. I don't know the exact ratios or anything is, but it's like that, a little bit of pepper. It's so good. It's so good.
I'm doing a lot of crock potted like meats, and
Mm-hmm.
then when it gets a little colder, I'm gonna start mass producing stew because there's nothing better than a nice like fucking simmered just
Mm-hmm.
beef and fucking veggie stew. There's nothing better than it.
See, then you're gonna get to the point
So,
to where you stop buying name brand stuff. You're like, well, I can get this, and it's this exact same thing, but it's half the price. Like
yeah,
you
I
can.
don't do anything name brand
Oh,
anymore.
you don't? Okay.
No, I just go in and I'm just like, what is the lowest number? This is what I want. What is on sale?
It's on sale. Yeah. Well, me and my girlfriend we used to be like, what do you mean? We have to get the Heinz. It's the
Yeah,
ketchup brand. And now
it's
we're like,
the ketchup.
yeah, like this is ketchup. We have to get Heinz. And now it's like, Aldi brand, great value. This
Great
stuff's
Value
cheap.
and Heinz are not the same though. That is something I will be a little bit of a
Yeah, no,
stickler
like
about.
there's still a couple of condiments that like I'm holding out on, like Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue
Yeah,
sauce.
you can't replace Sweet
Gotta
Baby
get that.
Ray's.
Um, it's not. Oh man, I think it's Aldi's ketchup. It's pretty close to Heinz. But see, the
Yeah.
secret recipe at Heinz is just a shitload of sugar. That's the secret recipe. If you're wondering.
Um. Yeah. For me, it's like pasta. I'll do and anything that's frozen, I'll just do store brand.
Oh yeah, because
Like, there's a lot
yeah.
of people who are like up here. I don't know if this is a national brand, but they'll be like Purdue. I don't.
No,
Yeah,
not down here at least.
there's a lot of smaller kind of New England stuff. No, Purdue is national. I'm thinking of a different brand, but basically it's like really good local chicken, but they actually fuck you in the ass at the register when you try to buy it. Like it's $20 a pound and then they molest you. It's terrible in terms of pricing. So, but there's people up here who's just so loyal to the brand. They're just like, oh
Yeah.
well, I don't want my kid to be pumped full of those fucking Tyson preservatives. So here we go. And at some point I was just like, fucking look at me. I don't care about the preservatives. We're gonna fucking. I'm going for the $7.99 a pound fucking chicken, and we're gonna fucking do that. And shit like that. I'm very much like I don't care. But like I said, sauces. I'm very like brand loyalty too. Same thing with energy drinks. I know you guys. I drink a shitload of Monster, but that's the only energy drink I drink. I think
Speaking
Red
of
Bull
dumping
tastes like
chemicals into my body.
well, yeah, but I'm loyal to that specific grouping of chemicals. Like Red Bull tastes like piss. C4 is way too expensive. Celsius just makes me feel weak. Like if I'm walking around with a Celsius can. And then there's another
Yeah,
one.
because
I
they
think
didn't go to the
Rain.
moon. You can't drink anything, you know.
Somebody's gonna fact check me now and be like, actually, Monster is owned by this Canadian company, and so that's gonna be great now. But yeah, those are the only things I'm really loyal to. What else? Oh, I fucking shit myself yesterday. So I didn't get. So I'm very good with my finances. I have a very good credit score. Kind of like you mentioned
Yeah,
at the beginning. Like I have my shit in line. However, I'm prone to moments of weakness.
as am I. As am I.
So my friend, my roommate was trying to go to we have Micro Center up in Cambridge here, and he was like, "We're gonna go in. I just need an M2 drive." And I walked in there, and I was like, I don't fucking need anything from this fucking place. I don't know if you've ever been to a Micro Center.
Dude, I live in BFE, Louisiana. The closest thing ever to a Micro Center is a Best Buy in like New
So
Orleans.
yeah,
I know,
walking into
I know what they are. I'm not like
so
uncivilized.
okay. So a few things happened there that pissed me off, and that eventually led to my purchase. One, I was sitting there just looking at at CPUs because I have a 5 series, and I'm thinking maybe
Oh
eventually
yeah,
it'd be good to go up. Um,
join the
and then
Nine
I had
Club.
4 youngins walk up to me and ask me if I knew where the PS5s were, and I just looked down at my shirt and I'm like, I know what I look like. I know what the people who work here look like, but I'm fucking insulted that you would ask me that I knew where anything was. And they were like, "Oh, you don't work here?" I'm like, "That's what I just said. I don't fucking work here." And then I was like, "Fuck off." And they just looked at me and they're like, "Listen, that is very disrespectful." However, I was like, "Listen, I know. I'm just upset that it happened. Like,
They probably didn't
leave me
understand
alone."
you because you didn't have like a thing of like Subway Surfer floating next to your head, like on TikTok. So they didn't
Yeah,
really understand what
maybe.
you said.
But yeah, that was one of the moments where I was like, "Fuck, dude, I need to cut back. I need to stop eating. I need to lose weight. I need to do something. I need to get a haircut." And then I had 900 sales representatives crawl up my colon because they're all paid on commission because go fuck me.
Yeah.
Um, and again, my roommate's like, "Oh, here I got my M2," and I'm sitting there in front of the graphics cards, and I'm like, "Fuck, it's speaking to me." So I got a 570,
Oh,
and
really? Nice.
yeah, and it went from using just to kind of give a little bit of a background. I don't play many games that are like intensive, but something I am very conscious of just because of my IT background is stress on components. So like I'm still running um like Tarkov, Escape from Tarkov. I'm still running Tarkov at like 70 FPS, but my card utilization's at like 95%. And I'm like, I don't like that.
Yeah.
Um so I got a, like I said, 5070. Um and I came across something that I'm going to do for the Bronx community here. They had the most like stereotypical gamer girl keyboards, but it was kitten. It wasn't my little, it wasn't fucking what's that little kitten?
Hello Kitty?
It wasn't Hello Kitty, but it was like cold. It was like one shade below Hello Kitty.
Legally distinguishable, not Hello Kitty.
Yes, yes. And they're like $70, and I'm like, I could give these out to the Bonks community and be like, "Oh, I'm giving you a keyboard," and then you get that. And the worst part about it is, other than the fact that they are obnoxious 9 pounds in rubber, the keycaps are good and the keys are good. So like, it's not a dog shit Timu keyboard. It's just a silicone brick, you know. So I got that. And then yeah, I got home and I plugged everything in and didn't turn on.
So that's either a very easy fix or trouble.
So it turned out that I'm mentally handicapped.
Can I guess what you didn't do?
Yes.
Did you not turn the PSU back on, the manual switch?
No, I did. I did that.
Did you not plug it back in?
No, I did. I did.
Did you not plug in the GPU?
So that, yeah, I didn't do that.
Okay.
So I'm terrified because I do have retard strength. I'm
Mhm.
terrified of going from like, I don't know, just increasing just a little bit in force and just snapping
Yeah.
my fucking motherboard. So I was like, that looks kind of in. And then I plugged everything in and it was just immediately like a red light came on and it was basically it's not getting enough power. And I'm like, I have a 750 power supply. Like, what the fuck? Like this should do it.
Mhm.
Because it recommends a minimum of 650. And I have 750. So I'm like, I should have some headroom here. So I immediately ran out to Walmart to try and get a power supply.
Your
And
Walmart sells PSUs?
yeah,
What?
yes. Except the one that I went to, because
Oh.
that one has a high theft rate,
Ah.
as the guy told me at the door. Because I showed up and I'm like, hey, I know I know you guys close in like 3 minutes. This is all that I need. It says you guys have it. And the guy at the door was like, listen, dude, we don't. And I'm like, what do you mean? And he's like, we got rid of that section. People just kept stealing shit from it. And I'm like,
Dang. I thought it was bad when they lock
okay.
up the shampoo over here.
Yeah, no, it's that Walmart is so there's two Walmarts very close to me. Both of them are known for crime, and that's about it.
Okay.
So one of them is in Brockton, which is just a very impoverished area, and there's difficulties that come with that.
Mm-hmm.
With there's just like a large homeless population, and then the other one is over in Weymouth, and Weymouth has a completely different animal. Poor people or white people who act like they're poor. So you'll have somebody who can like reasonably afford whatever it is that they need, but they're so paranoid of spending money that they just will try and steal it. So, like for instance, I had this woman one of the times I went to that Walmart who was sitting there with like $300 worth of groceries at the exit. She was like, I forgot, I forgot my wallet." And I'm like, "That's cool."
Wild story, bro.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm taking my Twizzlers and I'm like, I'm fucking leaving. Like, she was like, "Oh, I see you're a Christian," because I had my cross on, and I was like, "Yeah," and she was like, "I don't want to impose, but I just, wonder what Jesus would do in this situation." And I looked at it and I'm like, he probably looked down at your Mercedes keychain and, you know,
It's always
say that
Mercedes.
you could probably afford it and you just don't want to pay for it. She's like, "Oh, this is a rental." And I'm like, shouldn't be renting a Mercedes if you can't afford groceries. Like, I don't know. I don't know what the problem is. She was like, "You're not a very good Christian, are you?" And I'm like, "You're a bad thief, aren't you?" And like, it's just run-ins like that. So I try to not go to Walmart. But I ended up just panic purchasing a 1,000 watt PSU off of Amazon. I then
Ooh.
proceeded to slam 14 cores. And then I was like, wait a minute, what if it's not seated correctly? So I didn't put the case on its side when I initially put it in.
Oh
So this
yeah,
time
yeah.
I put the case on its side so I could like
Gravity.
push down. And it clicked into place. I screwed everything in, plugged everything in, and it booted. And I was like, "I'm a wizard." So
I am a
now,
genius.
yeah, the cores are fucking helping me. But so anyways, now I run anything I want at whatever I want to, and I still get like 300 frames. So
Yeah, I need
it's good.
my 3090 is she's a well-worn machine. Many a stream, many a
Yeah.
playing every game at 4K maximum settings.
I don't. Do you play any games that are like really that graphically intense?
Yeah, so like a lot of what I play actually doesn't went up on the channel. So
Yeah.
like I played Red Dead 2 like a
Oh yeah.
lot.
There we go.
Yeah, that and then like Cyberpunk.
Yeah, that'll do it. 100%. I was
Yeah,
gonna say because like any game that I talk about is really the games that I play. The only games outside of that is SnowRunner, and none of the games I play really need a 5070. But it's still nice to have, like I said, the overhead and just everything.
yeah.
So
I normally play I'm a waited generation or two, then I'm gonna buy the next generation card when it's like a
mm,
third the price. So I'm probably gonna pick up a 40, 90 or something here, maybe around Black Friday.
I wouldn't. They're not producing 40 series anymore. They just dumped everything into 50s. So
There was my strategy.
you're gonna be dropping 2 grand on a card there, buddy.
Oh, that's gonna okay. That's what I'm getting married to. So
And you
I'm
didn't get me
not getting a
anything for
new
my
card, is what I
birthday,
mean.
so you know,
Yeah, besides paying half the mortgage with me, but yeah.
yeah, that's not a birthday gift.
That's a we don't get kicked out of the house gift.
Yeah, exactly. Do I pay the mortgage or do I get the big graphics card? The other thing that's really funny is I have a good size case. This fucker's massive. Hold on, let's look at
Oh
this.
my god. What,
Look at this.
why does it have 1970s wood paneling on it though?
I like wood.
I like wood. Okay, fair enough. Dude, I could fit
But
like
yeah,
my dog in there. What the heck?
yeah, this is like,
That's an
and it's
aquarium.
fucking massive. I have a massive case specifically to make it like future proof. And it's still just like, yeah, so anyways, I'm 900 pounds and I'm going to be putting stress on your PCIe. And it's just like, why?
Yeah, I do too. You're just on the brackets in the back?
It does, but dude, that card weighs a shitload.
Oh
I'd
man.
want something out front. I originally thought that this was a case stand, and then I found out that it's actually the world's smallest and most useless screwdriver, and that's all that this is. So,
All right.
because like I originally thought I was like, because it has a little locking nut on it. I'm like, oh my goodness, like you just do this and then you can prop it
Yeah.
up. That's awesome. No,
Huh. Yeah,
so
I have a full tower too, for the same purpose of
no.
future proofing. And yeah, it's a big boy.
I have a lot of friends who get the Addy has one of those micro ATXs where it's like
Yes,
the
I've seen it.
size
I've
of a
seen his PC.
lunchbox.
Yeah.
But other than that, everybody else is like, I'm getting a massive fucking case. This case is it's a, it's a Timu version of an American case that normally costs like $190, I think. And I
Oh.
paid 60 and I paid 65.
Yeah, I have a Corsair something or another. I think I paid like $70 for it.
Yeah.
But boats.
I was gonna say bumping. So, speaking of form factors, this happened, and I just want to say, like, what do you say when you call your insurance agency? Like, what goes? How does the conversation go? It's just
And oh man, how do you? I don't know. Oh, then the scraping. Oh, womp womp. Sir, did you get the other boat's hull number? Yes, it's
TV. What? What does it start with?
CV. What's the Midway? 10 or 11?
No, it's more than
16 or something, isn't it?
that.
Let me pull this up. Yeah,
No,
because
it's gonna be
Hornet's 12, the one on my hat, so it's got to be more than that.
yeah, it's gonna be a lot more because there's a shitload more Essexes in between.
Oh yeah, no, it's gonna be like
Maybe like
I know
30 or
battleships.
something,
I don't know
right?
carriers that well. It's 41. Okay, I was way off. My God.
Yeah. So, yeah, did you happen to catch the registration number? Oh, yeah, CV41.
I'm sorry, sir. What?
We're dropping you as a client.
Uh, I know there's no way it did any structural damage because that's just
No,
fiberglass.
it's an
But
armored belt too. The Midway's had
yeah,
an armored belt.
but the
So
paint, the paint. Oh,
unless that's just some dude on a ladder or on not a ladder on a one
the
of those little
little.
swings. Um, I don't know, or you get somebody who knows how to actually maintain a vessel to park next to it and
Yeah, I mean, if
just
I'm
paint
if
it
I'm the
on it.
Midway Museum and this dude's insurance is paying for it, oh, we get the full floating barge and everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the other thing is yeah, there's going to be scrapes. Yeah, there's going to need to be painting, but at the end of the day, that's going to be it.
Oh
Because
yeah, yeah, no.
down at the hull, like at the water line, that's armored.
Mhm.
It's like 4 inches, so you're not doing anything to that. And
People inside probably didn't even hear anything.
no, they definitely did, but
You think
like
so?
it's just gonna be. Oh yeah, 100%. If there's well, granted, okay, let me readjust that. Sound travels weird through ships because of all the different compartments.
Yeah, that's
Um,
true.
I've been on the inside of the Massachusetts down in the aft engine room when they are doing decking work up uh by the number 2 turret. And don't get me wrong, it was, like they were using big heavy drills and like air tools and shit. I could hear it from the engine room. So sound travels really far. But at the exact opposite end of the spectrum, I don't fucking know what's open on Midway because the only time I've been is um the only ships that I've been to, all the ships in Massachusetts that I've been to have open floor plans. Basically, they're like, "We're happy you're here.
Yeah,
Go nuts."
the good ones, the good
Um,
museum ships.
yeah, and then I went to the communist state of New York, and I tried to walk around the Little Rock, and they're like, "Nope, $70 for admission for a walking tour."
That's what I'm saying. It's like
And I'm
the formula. Let me give you. I will give you $40. You let me walk everywhere. Okay, okay,
that's
good deal.
fine. But this, it's like, because even when we walked around, they're like, "You step off that path," and I'm like, "Okay," but in my mind, I'm like, you can't stop me. If I see something I want to touch, I'm gonna fucking touch it.
What's the Little Rock? Is that a
It's a Cleveland
okay?
that got reconfigured into a guided missile cruiser.
Okay.
There's also, I believe, a heavily modified Gato class
Is
there.
that
Uh,
no? That's
the
not the one with
submarine.
the Sullivans, huh?
No, it is. It
It
is
is okay.
the destroyer that sank
Yes.
by the Buffalo Naval Park. Yeah.
Yes. Okay.
Buffalo or the Sullivans too. That was cool. But I've seen like 4 Fletchers. So, which again, not to downplay Tin Can Sailors, but
You're
it's a
charging
Fletcher.
$70 to go not
Yeah,
everywhere.
it pissed me off 100%. I
Yeah.
was also just in a dog shit mood because I was working at the time and all of this had to take place during the day. So I was like wired on fucking caffeine. And I was just like, fucking, I'm awake and you're telling me where I can and can't go, you fucking piece of shit.
I am so powerful right now. You cannot possibly stop me.
Oh, actually, wait a minute.
Waiting a minute. Yeah, that was like that on the Missouri. It was like, here's my $45, and then it's like, oh, you can walk everywhere except all the cool places,
Yeah,
which is like 90% of the ship. I don't think you. Yeah, you don't even go below like the armored deck on the Missouri. It's just the open deck, and then like it's crew quarters, and you can walk up the superstructure a little bit, and you can look at the bridge. You can't go into the bridge. You can look at it.
it's kind of funny because I have all 3 levels of kind of like tours here. because we have the Cass and Young in Boston, and that essentially boils down to you're on the first deck, and maybe sometimes the lower decks are open, but more often than not, you're just walking around on the upper deck.
Yeah.
Which is fine. And then you have the Massachusetts where it's like you can go down 3 decks, you can go down to the engine room, you can go up into the superstructure. We don't have cameras in the superstructure, so anywhere that's like, unless it's locked, you can pretty much just go there. And then there's the Salem where they're like, "Dear God, thank you for showing up. Anyway, here's the whole shit."
Well, so I want to get up there. I want to get up there so bad and go to the Salem.
The Salem's awesome. And the other thing is, I remember one day this was before I got a lot of like keys and everything, and I was just kind of walking around, and I made my way out back to the hangar deck, and I left the door open behind me, and I was just kind of walking around with a flashlight in there, and a guy came over and he was like, "What are you doing back here?" I'm like, "I wanted to see the hangar." He's like, "Okay," and then he just turned and he walked away, and I was like,
"That's great. That's cool.
This is good. This is good." But yeah, so the Salem is like mega open. But yeah. So
I wish to see the propeller shaft seal.
Yeah, okay. They're like, yeah, I don't care. As long as the boat doesn't sink. Can I siphon off some gas? Yeah, dude, I don't care. So but yeah, so hope you're not insuring that guy. That's like a 60-foot fucking
that's expensive. Like
that's like a
there are many zeros behind the price tag of that boat.
Yeah, and then anyway, this guy just got drunk off yacht rock and stuff.
I wonder if they're going to update the Wikipedia page for like Midway's battles, and it's going to be like encounter with whatever the name of this boat is.
Yeah, dude, it's
outcome
some fucking
victory. I wonder if it was like now if it's like a charter. You think the guy, the charter captain would have more than 3 brain cells? So, let's not go, kiss the Midway.
I don't know if it was a charter. I don't know if it was just some dude just blasted on fucking Modelo's bumping yacht rock, which that's a vibe. But regardless, that insurance is going to be great. I think his premium might go up a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
So there's that. Again, I'm just picturing like you hit one national landmark.
It's like, well, when you can you send me their contact address? What do you mean .gov?
Because I don't think Midway is private, so I think it's a private trust. No. Apparently, I asked Judge because he's been on the Midway. The forward part, I guess, was under maintenance when he was there, the flight deck. But
oh yeah, look around at the flight deck. They got a bunch of no, you can't go there. Fences. Yeah, looks like they got. Now I'm looking at more. It looks like there's like a dumpster or something up there, so they'll probably replace it.
Wait a minute. Hold on.
Enhance.
Wait a minute. This doesn't work. I have to.
It is just dark.
Yeah, stand by. So this is when Judge was here. Production value. So this is the video that Judge took when he was there.
Oh, okay. No, it's not that bad yet.
So, well, actually, they were already down there fixing it when he was there. So they already did maintenance in the area. So basically, they just completed repairing it, and then Captain Fucknuts just ran into it again.
Man. There's some poor man that spent like so much time in there with like a breathing mask on.
Yeah.
You saw that. He was like, damn it.
$60 an hour. But yeah, so this is when Judge was here.
Oh well, yeah.
So
Look at that
it was
crisp
actually
paint.
it was right on the money, right where they were fixing it.
Wow, that sucks.
Wait,
Yeah,
isn't the Midway? Where's the Midway? Midway's in New York, right?
yeah, New York. No, wait,
Oh, so yeah,
Intrepid's in New York. Midway's
California.
San Diego.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah, anyways,
Intrepid's got the freaking
this
Concorde
dude
on it.
was fucking zooted. Which I think is incredibly funny. It's sad in terms of like historical significance, but like he was fucking zooted and he just
I have my Ram flag equipped. Haha. It's the exact same reaction when Destroyer rams my GK. Oh, that's a great meme. That's like me at the start of the match trying to.
Yeah, I
trying to
was
get-
just gonna say my teammates attempting to prevent me from navigating out of spawn. Like those Rothschild memes? Like
Yeah.
the Rothschilds paying my teammates to keep me from leaving spawn. That's just what it is. It's some dude just fucking smacked out on a barracuda. All right.
Actual
So
boats now.
This is a World of Warships podcast. So
40 minutes
few
in.
things here. Yeah. Dude, we are not beating the you guys yap allegations this time. Although I think it was good and funny, but that's neither here nor there. So
Boats were involved. We talked
this
about
is not
this.
a humble brag. I know it looks like one, but it is not. This is that new coloration system, the legendary item that they were talking about. So anyways, that's about it. It puts a little like landing strip next to your boat and lets you know if it's common or not.
You know if you're cool or not.
Basically, I mean, like uncommon ships like the California.
Yeah.
This system makes no fucking sense because
It's supposed to be effort, like how much effort or time you have to put into getting it. Although swiping my credit card is a very quick action.
it's an uncommon effort. However, rare. Like
cold ships, event ships. Makes a little
and
more
then
sense.
There's Epic, which is
removed or dockyard ships. So like you only had like a very small window to get them.
Yeah. So anyways, that's cool. Moving on. Like I said the first time, this just is not adding anything really of value to the game.
No,
because there's no reason to differentiate, I guess, in the ships, because a lot of ships already have that kind of mystique around them.
Literally just every other MMO has a coloring system, so we have to now.
Yeah, but usually they have it for a reason. Like, I don't need a blue landing strip to tell me that.
Well, counterpoint, you may not, but Jim Bob that spends his 32,000 dubs on the Christmas containers and pulls a Missouri may not know what a Missouri is, So
I mean, yeah,
that's the only other argument
that's
I see.
That's a large implementation for a relatively. Granted, I don't have any numbers to back this up, so this could be completely me blowing steam. But like, this seems like a smaller issue than. This seems like a widespread solution for a very small issue. If that makes sense.
I mean, like the port UI needs to be updated badly, and they should have spent time doing that instead of color coding my ships.
Yeah. Adding another layer to it. The UI is functional. It's just so fucking spaghetti coded that it pushes it to the point of instability. And I really agree. I think that if you're going to have some coder go into the AI, go into the UI and do this, there's a few other things.
All of it.
Yeah.
If they've been like, we've overhauled the UI and we've added these features, it's like, okay, cool.
It's actually like pirate software levels of bullshit coding. I don't know if you've found out or heard. Yeah, that's again, I don't do a lot of coding, so I'm not incredibly well versed in coding, but at the exact opposite end of the spectrum, every process that you run requires resources. So if you fucking dump 9 billion processes into a code, it's not good. But yeah, this is, I don't know. I don't want to repeat myself for the 900th time, but we do have some new content this patch. We have the early access for the American destroyers, the alternate American destroyers. Have you done a video on these yet, SeaLord Mountbatten?
I have done a video on these, except not this one because this one doesn't get the cool new things.
Okay.
It gets the new smoke, but it doesn't get the new guns. The new guns are what most players are, of course, looking forward to. Um, so the line is basically the first line, but bigger guns. Their second line destroyers. Like the tier 8's literally a Fletcher. Um, so you get bigger than average destroyers, so you get more HP, bigger guns, and the new custom smoke, I guess, whatever you want to call it, where you can have, one little 20-second puff, or you can spend all 2 minutes and change with it at once if you so desire. And they have less torpedoes with less range, but pretty quick reloads. So that's pretty neat.
I was going to say 95 seconds is pretty good. 9.2 range isn't horrible at tier 7.
Well, the tier 8, the Osborne.
And the speed kind of sucks.
Yeah, it's a little bit better than the Osborne, because the Osborne, it's 9 kilometers, but it's a 75-second base reload. And the damage is much better, and it's a 60 knot base top speed. Well, speed for the torpedoes, they don't change. And the Osborne gets the 137s with SAP and HE. That is a Yahagi.
Yep, it's
quite.
Are you sure? Are you sure? If this just goes back to the Yahagi again. Okay, so it gets a secondary hull with, I'm just going to assume it's more Orlikins. Yeah, whopping 8 more damage. Never mind.
That's the one you can get for free in the event, which doesn't have the new gun. So
yeah.
Does it get SAP and HE? Does it get SAP and HE? Okay.
SAP and HE. So here we have the Osborne.
Now this is one I've played a lot of. Oh, it's a Fletcher refit too. So like the super structures are different.
Say, it's definitely a refit. 137s are pretty interesting. 3.2 reload is not bad. 14-second turret traverse is kind of wonky, but like
it is.
Yeah. The velocity, I think, what did the Osborne have? That is still Yahagi.
So the velocity, they've messed with some of the other. I haven't exactly looked into what exactly it is. The arcs are flatter, so they're more comfortable to shoot at range. Than like way more comfortable than the gearing line, because those things are like second day airmail past 9 kilometers.
Yeah.
So like you can get this thing up to like 15 kilometers, and you can land shots there pretty comfortably.
It's got a pretty decent chunk of a speed boost on there, and just with them being 137s, I would imagine they retain their speed a little bit better.
They do
as well. I mean, maneuverability, 35 knots. That's cool. That's pretty good. 7.6 base is actually pretty nice.
Yeah, it's like 6.2, I think, with a build. If I'm remembering right off the top of my head.
It's not too bad. And then, you said the torpedoes are significantly better in almost every respect.
Oh, yeah. They're quite usable.
That is...
The smoke's weird, though, because you actually have, like, way less time than with the normal American destroyers. Because normal American destroyers, of course, you have the super long duration smoke. You get, like, 3 charges of it. But the Osborne is 240.
Yeah.
And it acts like crawling smoke. So the smoke doesn't stick around. I think it's 5 seconds dispersion time. So it's a very personal use smoke. You can't really share with your team all that well. So that's a little weird. I mean, it's useful. Don't get me wrong. It's great for disengaging. And Osborne with the build, it gets like 21k HP with the flag and the commander skill. So it's a healthy little boy.
Mm. Yeah, that's pretty beefy.
It's great at picking apart cruisers.
We have the Christopher,
Christopher.
which is single. Okay, so we're down to a single rack, still covered in Bofors, but we are up to 6 of these. Same guns. Okay.
They're the same guns from here on out. But these are in a much more convenient setup because you will, of course, be dodging a lot being a gunboat. So you don't lose as many of your guns when you're maneuvering.
What's you know what the HE pen is based on the American destroyers?
21.
21. So
Yep.
this is 23, so it's a 2 millimeter increase off base. With IFHE, what does that get you? 20. Does it pass? It doesn't pass 32.
Yeah, because with the 21s you get 27, I think, with IFHE. So 29.
Still, yes, that's still. That's
Most
still
of the
pretty
SAPs
good.
for.
Yeah. I'm just kind of thinking here, and then this is still okay. So it's 10 kilometers now.
Yeah, it goes out to 10.
Speed's still 36, which is pretty fucking nice.
I think it still gets the engine boost too.
Yeah. Depth charges, who cares? You're not going to kill the sub. See, now we're getting up into like top territories of DTEC though. So 7-9 base is kind of funky.
Oh, chunky that superstructure looks too.
Yeah.
Rick.
So you get up to
3 minutes.
180 seconds, which is nice. You get the 10% speed boost, which pushes you up above 40 if you're running the flag, which is nice, but you're still going to get ran down by French DDs. But how often do you see Klebers these days? So I don't know. I haven't played the game in a bit.
More Marceaus than Klebers.
I'm not as afraid of a Marceau in this as I am a Kleber. Or I wouldn't be, I should say. So you get to 20,000 base, which is
That's nice.
Very fucking nice. And
what?
Okay, so it just boosts up the AA and cuts down your rudder shift. So that's actually pretty fucking good. And then we have the Burrows, which is I was expecting us to get a fourth turret.
I believe you get the reload should be much better, I think.
3.5.
3.5.
So yeah. Take over half a second off the reload.
And you can fit the reload module if you really want to. What's the range? 13.1? Maybe.
That's pretty good. You're getting basically down to fucking where like the US destroyers kind of start, which is pretty good. 3.5 is very good, especially on 137s. Other than that, they look to be the exact same. SAP is 38, which is good. 10.5. 19,000 damage on the torpedoes though. Nice. And 80-second reload is very nice. Yeah. 37 knots. So now you're definitely breaking 41. Maybe 42 if
because 10% with the flag. I'm sorry, 10% with the speed boost, and then the flag's 5. And yeah. Well, and if you want to run brisk and be really funny.
Yeah. So that's actually pretty good. Turning circle is abysmal.
Making the Caparos blush there.
I was gonna say you're approaching battleship, which is not good. But again, that just kind of looks like you play this thing like Khabarovsk. So you do the little cabbie wiggle, and unlike Khabarovsk, you don't need AP, right? Or am I doing a stupid?
No, yeah, Cabra. I mean, that's the thing. You use AP with Cabba. I do at least.
No, I mean, you don't eat full AP pens in this thing. Like you do
Oh
in
no, no,
Cabra.
no. I don't think any destroyers do anymore. Because I think the Cabba and the Horuguma were the last two that did,
Yeah.
and they removed those. At least it certainly doesn't
You have,
feel like it in the Osborne. At least.
you have 8-1, which is
Yikes.
yeah, it's again Cabros territory.
I'll get that down to 7 something with the two mods, with the skill in the mod.
Yeah, like 7-2, which is still it's usable, and I would say that it's very good for what the destroyer is.
Yeah, and
But
you have
at
the
the
smoke
exact
too.
opposite end of the spectrum. Yeah, and having that kind of get out of jail free smoke is going to be um, very, very nice, I think, to play with. I don't know. I haven't touched it. So all this is speculation.
I noticed that when I was doing my Osborne video, matchmaking hated me so much. So I got terrible games, always double up tiered. So
What? How's the event for this? That's what I want.
oh, it's bad. You can get the
Oh,
hues for free, and you must gamble to get to the rest of the tokens needed to get the rest of the ships. And then once you get to the Christopher, to get to the Burrows, you got to drop 20k doubloons. So all in all, you're going to be dumping about 180 if you're really lucky to 200 dubs if you're not so lucky on the event. To $200 worth of doubloons on the event.
yeah.
It's not overly terrible from like other events, but it's expensive. That's why I
This is
stopped at the Osborne.
this is an incredible
Yeah,
camo.
I love the camos, but I cannot afford to get them.
Yeah, and I
That
don't
looks
think
so
that
good. Oh,
it
that
does.
sucks.
That's the thing that I really kind of don't like about a lot of these events is you have art departments that consistently Babe Ruth it out of the fucking park, and then it's like, yeah, so we're gonna put it down to $200.
Yeah,
And it's like, I understand giving people who spend that amount of money and support the game. I understand giving them more of an exclusive kind of item,
yeah.
but at the exact opposite end of the spectrum,
I mean, that's still something I'd pay like $30 for.
I would pay a decent amount for this too, but yeah, I don't think we're gonna see this for any type of redeem or anything for a bit. So,
It'd be nice if they toss it into the shop after where you can buy it, but I doubt it.
they're not going to.
I don't think they have ever had with these event camos.
These event camos also carry a very negative connotation, I would say, during the event
Yeah,
when the
because like,
ships
haha,
are
you spent
live.
money.
Well, it's a combination of that, but it's also the skill isn't always
Oh yeah,
reciprocated.
yeah.
So you'll have somebody who spends the $200 to get the burrows, for instance, and then you'll have a burrows, and then he'll play it like a like a TRB
RPM-y.
fucking
RPM-y all
Shima
over
or
again.
something,
Yeah.
and it's just like, can you like engage something? I'm doing my job. I know my job.
I am a
Stay in your
destroyer,
lane.
sir.
Yeah, this
With one
and
WSU.
which is sucks because I hate doing generalizations, but you don't remember.
The guy that did his job. You were the ones that
Yeah,
don't.
you remember the gearing that sat next to your Midway the whole game, escorting him because that's what navies did, and you're like, I died because of you. So, granted, I don't want people to. Actually, no, I didn't say anything controversial there, so never mind. Let's see what else. Monochrome is here. Monochrome is awesome. This looks beautiful. I really love the destruction effects. Even the like wacky Looney Tunes ones that we had a patch ago.
Yeah, those
I
are
really
fun.
like these. Yeah, they're fun. I think that this is a healthy way to monetize the game or add that more like individual flair
This is
rather
good monetization
than
wargaming. Yeah, 20,000 dubs for a tech tree ship. I have not seen a lot of them, so a lot of people, thankfully, are not.
Let's just, what is it, 20,000? Let's
Yeah, so it's like it's 20,000 plus the money that you need to get the tokens, and that's again if you get really lucky with the packages. There's a couple of like 200 bundles in there, like a 100 bundle in there as well. So it's anywhere from like 180 to like a little over 200 if you're not lucky.
I like the ranch payroll fucking gunslinger kind of event.
Yeah, they
theme
did
to the
great
event,
with
though. That's
the
awesome.
styling. The styling's
Yeah.
perfect. And they started putting out these little promo things on like their Instagram and their YouTube Shorts where they're doing more in-game cinematics with like.
I got blocked on their Instagram.
What?
Yeah, did you not know that?
I don't know that. What'd you do?
They used to do guess the ship like every few days, and everything I just commented USS Atlanta under it, regardless of what it was. And then one time it was the Atlanta, and they were like, "We have one person who we think is going to be over the moon for this," and I was like, "Brisbane," and they're like, "No." No, it was their Twitter. That's what it was. It was their Twitter.
Oh, okay.
So they just blocked me on Twitter, which is fine. I don't care. I deleted my Twitter.
That's so funny, though. Why would they block you for that? That's so funny.
I don't know. Well, because like the other thing is I would debate people too. I'd be like, "No, look at the lines. That's in Atlanta," and they're like, "This is a Scharnhorst." I'm like, "No. It's you gotta look at it."
Yeah, look at it. That's clearly an American 127mm Mark II turret.
Well, yeah, that's what I would do. I would I'd be like, zoom in on that front turret, and then they post a screenshot of clearly a Scharnhorst outline, and then I would post a zoom in clearly of an Atlanta turret outline from in Atlanta that I had screenshot. I'm like, look, and they're like, that's the wrong one. I'm like,
looks like that on my end, buddy.
I'm like, one of us is wrong, dude. It's not me. I've won every one.
It's not me.
So I was a little bit of a shithead, but yeah, I love stuff that they do on social media, try to get people involved in.
Yeah.
So it's good. Oh, the updating is out too.
The updating.
Yeah, the updating to the sex offender registry in World of Warships, the Blue Archive event.
Oh, yes.
So if you choose to partake in.
Oh, what's really annoying is that these are all new premiums. These aren't reskins.
These aren't?
No.
What is this?
That I can't pronounce that. That's that fronty. Oh, that's the secondary breast. That's what that is.
Okay.
And
that's
then,
actually.
Yeah.
These actually are all. I gotta stop hitting fucking escape. Wait a minute.
That's an I-5644. The one with the dragon head thingy is a Cologne.
I can't look at the rest of these. That's terrible. Why can't I? Oh, here we go.
So, yeah.
That's BA hovercraft.
The
tier A Vladivostok. No, that's a Vladivostok.
Is it? Okay. That's that.
Yeah.
That,
you can tell
that other
it
one.
is. Okay.
Oh, yeah, that round stern, yeah.
Yeah, the round stern and the step turret. This is a pretty cool camo. If I actually really like this camo, regardless
of the implications.
Yeah. I really like this. I like these kind of kooky animated camos. I love this color. I really like, all the blues and the yellows. I really do like this. These turrets I'm not as big of a fan of. I think those look like hammered shit. But okay, those look, kind of futuristic.
That looks like a kazoo.
Yeah, but okay, whatever. This does look like shit. But all this looks cool. The yak looks cool. So I think that is really cool. And then unfortunately you have
that attached to it.
Yeah, Tits McGee attached to it, unfortunately.
It's the Cologne. The Colonna.
This is another cool one.
And
I like this camo too.
the stack when it's going along, fire shoots out of it.
Yeah, see, I like stuff like that Vermont camo, the space shuttle.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
like
love
that one
that.
too.
I love the kind of reds and orange in this, and this kind of like plated. I'm not as big of a fan of this. I think that a normal bow would have been fine, but like this all looks pretty cool.
This ship's pretty good from what I've seen. It's got
Yeah,
sub
but then
secondaries.
it's
Yeah, that
actual children attached to it. Well, this might not be a child. I don't know, but this is like
an actual child.
this is an actual child. And I've never played Blue Archive. I'm gonna go out on a limb and say you've never played Blue Archive.
Nope.
I know the people who play Blue Archive, and
Dude, I got told to download Genshin Impact a little while ago, like years ago. I downloaded it and like got an hour into it. I was like, no.
I think about a few years ago. I think like 60 or no, I think like 20 people funded me a shitload of money to force me to play Genshin Impact for like 60 hours straight. And I thought that like the way that the game was structured wasn't too bad. Did not like the art style, and I did not like how repetitive everything was. I didn't like that. But yeah, this is just like an actual fucking yeah. Um,
I hope they release these ships in like a normal fashion. By a normal fashion, I mean non-weeb version. Because I
yeah.
very much like to
I
buy the
mean,
ships without the weeb attached to it.
like I said, even like a lot of these camos go hard. So this reminds me a lot of the older space camos, and I think that those are
They
pretty
do?
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, this hovercraft camo, I would put this on my Vladivostok in a heartbeat. Um, maybe not with the decals on the funnel and shit, but like I really do like this camo. Uh, this I can't get over the coloring, but let's. And then this is just Blue Archive, and I don't know what that pink thing is over there. What that is supposed to be? Maybe it's something from a show or
I
whatever
don't
this
know.
is. But
Oh, look, it's the camo's morphing. That's pretty neat.
what do you mean?
Like, just look at the camo. It changes.
Oh my goodness,
That's pretty neat.
that is pretty neat. I was sitting there. I was like, okay, they made it blue. What did they do to this? To like they've gone pretty nuts on all the other kind of
Why are there
camos.
PlayStation buttons on the side?
I don't know. I don't know. Um,
I've never seen the square though, so
then maybe it's not PlayStation buttons. I
I
don't
don't know.
know.
I don't know.
Judging by the captain, maybe it's something from a nursery. So
Ah, yes.
we are losing the weeb audience on this one. Well, but yeah, I don't know. Um,
Hmm. It's the wishing
yeah, it's
morph
a good
event, by
weeb.
the way, so it's not so great.
Yeah. Oh man, we have Tits McGee, two school children, and
Single mother of two.
I don't know. I don't even know if that's a mother. I don't know, like age wise. I don't know. Anyways, go sign up for the sex offender registry. That my guess. I keep thinking to myself when we were going through the UN Destroyer, dude, it would be so great if we were both CCs so we could like review this shit and not just look at it and be like, this is what I think would happen. And then we
Yeah.
go out and we just trash an event and we're just like, yeah, okay, so maybe this is why we aren't.
We don't
in
get
the
those
club.
emails.
Yeah, maybe that's why we don't get the club. I don't know. Yeah, let's see what else. I mean, I don't think Irresistible. I think is relatively recent, right?
Came out a
And
bit
hit.
ago.
Yeah, I still think it's really good.
Definitely my next research bureau ship.
Me too. 12-second reload on 234 is just fire spitting. I like it, and I'm gonna be probably grinding for it. I might even play a few games after this to try and knock off some RB and make my way there. But yeah, did you know that this stuff is like kind of on a little bit of a rotation?
I did not know that. No, I thought that just kind of stayed there.
I think for like the camos and shit, I think are.
Oh, okay.
But this I like this the USS Lobsterminator and like all this.
Y'all got any more of that intelligence data?
Yeah, see, I like that. But yeah, so that's cool. I don't think there's any new camos, right? No.
No. Yeah, those two got added. Not this patch, but I think last patch.
What is a seasoned commander? Are they just like half-baked specials?
Yeah, they have like some improved talents, and that's it.
Interesting. Oh, this guy is just actually fucking really good.
He's great for the Pan Asian cruisers.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, hey, look.
He has nothing.
He's just a historical commander.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's cool. But yeah. I think that's really it content wise. It's kind of been a little bit of a slow week.
Yeah, most 14.7 is
wait
going to be a party.
What's this? Caribbean week. Okay, so Orion 44, Gorizia, and Abruzzi. All three of these are good cruisers, actually. I love the Abruzzi.
She in the last event pass?
No,
it was the other one. It was the other one. It was the Duca d'Osta.
The Gorizia, if it is the cruiser, yeah, I don't like this one as much. But yeah, Mediterranean stuff, that's cool. I like that. Orion 44 is good. Anything that is a Leander in this game is inherently good, which is not something you can say about a whole bunch of different classes, but anything that is a Leander is just inherently good. Yeah, okay, that's cool. Anything else here? And I think that's it. Yeah.
Yeah. This patch feels like a wrap up to 14.6 to 14.5. I think 14.7 you're going to see a lot of stuff happening because that's the 10th anniversary, and that's when some of the CV changes are coming.
Mm-hmm. So it is history time.
I set you up there for a nice segue, saying when the CV changes are coming.
Speaking of carrier changes, the Russian Navy is going without carriers. The
career,
the career of the Admiral Kuznetsov is coming to a roaring close.
Not confirmed yet, but things have been said.
It's not coming back. They keep saying that the rest of the Kirovs are going to come back, and they are not.
They have more, like in like mothball or something, or
yeah, they have 4.
I
no,
they sold
3.
those.
No. They have one was scrap. The original Kirov was scrap.
So the one they sold to India was not a Kirov. It was the other one.
No, yeah, it wasn't a Kirov. No, because the Kirov are the giant battle cruiser.
Thought there was like that weird Oh, Kirovs. That was one of their... I thought you meant Kuznetsov. Okay, my bad. Yeah, I was like,
So
Kirov. Isn't
let
there like
me.
one that's being refueled right now or something? Then they're going to retire the other one once it gets done being refueled, something like that. Maybe Peter the Great.
So one of them caught fire and was gutted.
The common theme.
The Fruins. Um, the Fruins was the Pacific Fleet Kirov and caught fire during a repair, and it like gutted ship.
Dang.
Like it was a horrendous fire. And then Russia was like, "Oh, we're going to come back." And then they're like, "Oh, everything is broken. This is basically building a new Kirov, except it's more expensive because we have to repair the Kirov." So, they scrapped it. They kept it around for a bit. They kept being like, "Oh, it's gonna come back. It's gonna scare the
Then
West."
it
And
came
then
back.
they're just like, "Yeah." So, anyways, this is gonna take the GDP of everything to fix this. So we're just not gonna do it. Um, the Ushakov is Kirov and laid up to be scrapped 2021. That's ongoing. That's documented. So that is actually happening. Like I said, Fruins went over to the Pacific, caught fire. Do you want to know? It's actually a little bit of a diatribe here because people have been bitching about a fucking history section. So I will slam feed them history. The repair facilities for the eastern seaboard of the Soviet Union are all up in the kind of Kamchatka Peninsula and the bay down by St. Petersburg. So there's a large amount of built up, respected shipbuilding industries there. A lot of people, for instance, their submarines. A lot of people like to give them shit because Russia kept losing submarines during the Cold War. Russia was pumping them out at an astronomical rate. And a lot of the loss incidents revolved primarily around the crew just doing the complete and utter opposite of what they should, or some admiral delaying repairs. Which again is not a defense. I think that still
Where has
shows
that
how.
occurred before? Perhaps a
Yeah,
northern region of Ukraine.
hold on now. Let's not get political. That didn't go too well.
Oh well,
Um,
I started watching Chernobyl again on HBO. So such a
oh,
good miniseries.
so good, so good. That gave me nightmare fuel when you see the fireman in the hospital and he just looks like a beef patty that's been spread out
Let
over
me
a
touch
paper
my
plate.
pregnant wife.
Yeah. So, anyways, the baby's dead.
Yeah.
But on the Pacific Fleet side, their shipyard is 450 miles inland upriver.
Not a great location for a shipyard now.
Yeah. So there's also a whole bunch of repair facilities out on the lad. What's that peninsula over there up
Which
above
one?
Japan?
Oh, I should know this. No one know this?
Kola Peninsula.
Yes. Yes.
The Kola Peninsula. Um, there's a lot of repair facilities out there, but if you need to like do any heavy rebuilds, they got to go inland.
Mhm.
And these machine works out on the Pacific side of the country have a very, very strong history and a very, very strong how shall I say this? Statistically, they love to embezzle money. So there was an instance of a Soviet submarine that sank 3 times at pier.
I am sorry to inform you, it is the Kamchatka Peninsula. The Kola
I'm
Peninsula is
Yeah.
by Finland, but I agreed, so I am also equally at fault.
So yeah, there was just rampant embezzling and poor craftsmanship over there. So this ship caught fire. Basically, what happened is this person needed got mugged in the middle of Oblak and called the police. There was no, the police were not coming. The ship was not going to get repaired, and the mugging was catching fire and basically burning out. It was not going to ever get fixed. But again, because Russia is still operating like the Soviet Union, they kept saying they were going to fix it, and then they just didn't. And then the Nakhimov and the Piotr Veliki are both coming on and off of refurbs. Basically, they're getting modernized to fire calibers and stuff like that. So just a lot of the more modern cruise missiles. The other thing is they're getting their primary air defense missiles are S-300s, which were really good 35 years ago. So now they're getting upgraded to S-400 systems, which is pretty good. They're getting like their Sea Whizz's close-in weapon systems replaced.
Yeah, I saw
Which,
some. It was an RT documentary on YouTube, so kind of slanted, but um, I forget what the name of it is, but it's on the Nakhimov
I was going to
the
say, yeah.
modernization of it. It's pretty cool. Seeing it out of the water, and all that jazz. It's pretty wild. They just have it like sitting in like a bunch of scaffolding. It's not like really in a dry dock looking thing. It's pretty wild. And it's like, have they been keeping it out of the water for the past friggin' 10 years? Like that can't be good for the hull. I would imagine.
They put it on blocks. It's just stress points.
Okay.
They did the same thing with the Kuznetsov when the crane fell on it, and the only dry dock that could hold it sank, as we'll get to. But another common misconception about Kurovs, before we go on to the Kuznetsov, which is actually what we're supposed to talk about, is that they are nuclear-powered ships. That is both incorrect and correct. So they're nuclear-powered, but they can only do 20 knots under nuclear power. If they want to go past 20 knots, they have to fire up oil-fired boilers, and they could push it up to, like, 32.
Pretty neat. It's like a hybrid.
Yeah, it is, except it's the other way around. Like, it's not the electrical system helping out the gas; it's the gas helping out the electrical.
Yeah.
Why there wasn't enough nuclear power to put in to just spin the turbines to do 32 naturally, I have no idea. And with large-scale Russian boilers, which is something that we will get into with the Kuznetsov, I don't know why they didn't just do that, even if it was more expensive. Yeah, because if I had 80 years of shipbuilding and 80 years of shit boilers, the last thing I'd want to put into my brand new aircraft carrier is shit boilers. When I have nuclear programs.
Yeah, just put more magic rock in it, make water angrier, turbine go fast.
So, yeah. So this is yeah. This is that's the Kurovs and their whole building kind of idiosyncrasies. Absolutely beautiful ships. But for a country that struggles to pay for things and have a functioning economy that is not on a war footing, very interesting to prioritize putting these ships together. But hey, I'm not a Russian naval planner. So, anyways, the Kuznetsov. The main reason why I brought up the Kirov, in addition to talking about the different fleets and manufacturing and everything, is the Kirovs and the Moskvas, which are another kind of roughly 80s class of Soviet capital ships, quote unquote. They all have one thing in common, and that is, well, you can't actually see them on the Kirov because they're stored internally, but in VLSS tubes. But fucking shitloads of missiles are common with all of these larger Soviet vessels. Now, Soviet naval cruise missiles are actually really interesting as well. And they're really interesting because they incorporate a lot of technology like data link before the West. And a lot of these, I believe it was the Granite and the Sandbox are the two cruise missiles. But basically, you would launch them in flights of 4. 3 of them would be skimming around at wave top. And then the missiles would decide amongst themselves, which I would assume whichever one had the highest launch would just go up. But they would just, one of them would go up to, I think, like 3,000 feet roughly. And the missile would turn on its radar, start scanning for targets, and it would communicate to the other missiles in the flight. You could also launch up to an entire salvo of 20 missiles, and they would all operate this way. And if that top missile was destroyed, another one would go up and take its place. So it's a really interesting system because when you boil it down, granted, none of this, I believe, was ever used in an active combat zone, so it might have been spoofed a little bit. Because at this time, the U.S. Navy also had the Spy 1 radar, and the Navy found out that they could do something really cool with Spy 1 radar, which is take all of its scanning potential, and if they put it on one beam, they could fucking fry electrons because there was just that much concentrated energy. So maybe that would have fucked all these missiles up, but we don't know because they weren't used against each other. But
did this like actually work, or is this like paper tiger stuff?
It worked very well, and there's data against like test targets, and with light ECM. But like I said, it's really interesting, and it's really groundbreaking, honestly, to have a system where you could chuck missiles up there and tell them, be like, okay, go. Yeah. There's something out there. And the missiles can go over, scan that area, be like, oh, okay, there's an aircraft carrier and 3 destroyers and a cruiser. And the other thing that is really cool about the system is that designator missile will be like, okay, there's 4 of us, there's 3 targets, one of them is bigger than the other ones. We're going to slam 2 missiles into the large target, and we're going to designate one of the other missiles to go after the smaller targets. So they could designate missiles, or they could designate targets, and basically divvy up targets all by themselves.
Pretty terrifying. What year was this? Like the 80s?
This was the 80s. That's developed in the late 70s, put out in the 80s. It honestly really is. And which, I don't want to sound altruistic, but I think I kind of have a little bit of a unique perspective on a lot of Cold War weapons and even just like naval construction and development, because there's a lot of people who go online and they're just like, well, the F-14 Tomcat is the greatest thing in the world, and anything that was not the U.S. Navy fucking sucks and should die. And then you have Igor Vladinsky in his apartment in Germany talking about how great Russia and the Soviet Union was. Never stood a chance. And I think that both sides had systems that worked incredibly well, and both sides had systems that were fucking horrendous. And I think that being able to look at these systems and kind of break it down is not something that's shared by a lot of people in this kind of study space. So it's very unique. So I will tip my hat off to a lot of Soviet cruise missiles, especially the naval ones, because we have testing data for them. Unlike land attack cruise missiles, you can't just launch them from land at a land target. You have to launch them from either a static pure side launcher or a naval vessel, preferably, just to test the whole system. And you have to launch them at a naval target. So anytime the Russians were testing a system, U.S. submarines were very much nearby and were tracking and gathering as much data as they could. And that happened both ways. Yeah. So, but again, that was something that even the West was like, we have to fucking deal with this. And the fact that the Russian naval cruise missiles essentially went from a MiG-15 without a cockpit to that in the span of 20 to 25, maybe even 30 years is astronomical, regardless of which side you are on in terms of the Iron Curtain. And they did all of this with less computing power, arguably, than the US. Now, again, I'm not saying that their system is better and we would have lost. I'm very sure that a lot of the US systems were doing very similar things. I don't know if Tomahawk was in production or in use. I don't know the official entry date for Tomahawk, but I know that Tomahawk does something very similar. And I know that the Navy's SM has been doing everything that you could ever fucking possibly want a weapon system to do for a very long time. So, we have interesting missiles today. I mean,
83.
80 what?
83 for Tomahawk.
Yeah, so relatively similar systems and relatively similar kind of like introduction and shit. But yeah, when the Navy can confidently say that they can use their SM missiles to intercept ICBMs, that's fucking nuts. And when the Navy goes, we can shoot down satellites, that's fucking nuts too. When they use the same missile that they're using for land attack, ship attack, and anti-air. So kind of nuts. But anyways, Kuznetsov. The reason why I went on a little bit of a rant about cruise missiles is, like I said, the Russian Navy focused heavily on cruise missiles, and even the aircraft carrier that they built, which is this here, the Admiral Kuznetsov. Right here, there is I think it's a 4x4 cell of VLS cruise missiles. So even in their aircraft carrier, which is typically optimized for flight operations, they're like, yeah, well, if you
never know. You never know.
So that's always been something that's very, very interesting to me, and why I kind of chose to bring that up. That's good. That's good. That's good. We're gonna get to that. But yeah, throughout the Cold War, well, like I discussed, the Moskva, a lot of Russia, they kind of edged their way towards aircraft carriers a lot slower than a lot of other nations. This mainly boils down to the fact that the Soviet Union was like, we just want a coastal defense fleet, and then in the 80s and the 70s, they were like, oh, actually, we want to go peer to peer with the US, and they entered a massive naval buildup, which is impressive. But a lot of their systems were just expensive to run, and with the Russian industry not having the knowledge base or the production history, kind of had some fuck ups along the way, which are proven to kind of be problems. But yeah, so the aircraft carrier it's technically not a aircraft carrier. It is a heavy aircraft carrying cruiser, and the reason why they do this is the Bosphorus. Turkey has gone out and said there's no aircraft carriers through the Bosphorus, and Russia's like, oh look, it has missiles. It is a cruiser. It just carries aircraft. So, and Turkey's like, fucking whatever, sell us S-400s and we won't care. Yeah, so it operates some Su-33s and a lot of Kamovs, 27s, just for strike and submarine surveillance and stuff like that. It is a ski jump carrier, which is kind of for poor people who can't afford to build large proper aircraft carriers, but they also have their own kind of merits as well. But they don't at the same time. Like if you can just build a conventional straight deck carrier, well, not straight deck, flat deck carrier, you're more than, you have more than enough room to fully support all the aircraft that you want to bring along, and the whole reason why you build an aircraft carrier is to project air power. So if you have more aircraft, you can project more air power. This has 28 planes. Well, actually 28, 30, 32. So 32 aircraft. You have 14 Su-33s. You have 14 MiG-29Ks. You have 2 MiG-29K UBRs. And because go fuck yourself, you have 2 Su-25 UTGs. Su-25s are the frogfoots, so don't stroke out. They just have a naval frogfoot, but they only have 2 of them. And so yeah, it's not horrendous, but yeah. The big upside though to the ski jump is highlighted right here, where it just arguably puts less stress on the pilot's body, and it puts less stress on the airframe too, which for a lot of nations I can definitely see something they want, because if I don't have to pay to repair airframes and stuff, that's pretty good. And then yeah, 12 P700 Granite. So, and that's why it's a heavy aircraft carrying missile cruiser. She had a few deployments. She was in Ukraine at the fall of the Soviet Union, so Russia had to politely beg for her back, like a lot of other things. She had a few deployments in the Mediterranean. She did a lot of med stuff, a few North Atlantic stuff. But yeah, it was pretty cool. Again, just 95 to 96. She's just going out there saying, "Hey, the Russian Navy we're still an effective force. We're going through a change of management, but we're still that Navy that we're building up to be." And then 97 to 98, she was thrown into dry dock, and sources conflict on what exactly this was. I'm just going to go out on a limb and assume it was an attempt to start fixing her dog shit power plant, and you will see why I have those suspicions later on. 2000 to 2006, just did, again, more kind of just generic deployments, just, hey, we're functioning. And then 2025 or 2005, Jesus, what? They lost an Su-33, and Russia was like, great, we don't have any more of those, and we're not paying for any, so stop fucking losing shit. So, there was just various carrier operations. A lot of these are just, like I said, various developments. She did stall out on one of the 2008 ones, but they were able to get it going. 2012 deployment is the famous one. It was once again tooling around in the Mediterranean, and she was doing some ports, port visits and stuff, and she's going to stop in Syria, and then up near the Irish kind of coast, Scottish coast. She conducted some flight exercises and stuff. And then, yeah, on her way back, fucking lost power. And had to get towed all the way back. You're going to notice this anytime the Admiral Kuznetsov puts any strain on its motors or attempts to go above basically England. She's just going to start fucking suffering from massive equipment issues. And then, yeah, once again, 2013, 2014, same type of thing. You can see very, very healthy motors here. Very, very, very healthy. Yeah. Oh no. It's in dry dock. I think they have one here of the missile tubes open, I'm pretty sure. Yes, anyways, I lied. And then once again, 2016, tooling around in the Med, lost a MiG. And then in 2016, she started just launching strikes into Syria because that civil war started, and she just kept randomly losing aircraft because the cable would break. Who knew that would be something you would need to maintain, maybe strengthen. And yeah, just started just fucking losing shit too. Just started breaking, randomly needing to get taken under tow. And then, since 2017, it's been in dry dock. Well, actually, no, that's incorrect. It was in dry dock until I think 2018. And then the dry dock sank when a crane fell on the aircraft carrier and fucking sank the dry dock and damaged the carrier and killed 2 people. And a year later, a major fire broke out on the ship. So it's just continually getting, basically it's starting to get up and then well, I mean, yeah, it's kind of like getting up and then an Italian mob enforcer comes, breaks its knee with a baseball bat. Like it's just not able to get back onto its feet. And Russia keeps telling everybody, hey, we're dumping money into this. Hey, it's going to go. And the shipbuilding company's like, oh, it's going to be 2021. So then in 2023, they came out and they said, might be another year. And there we go. In 2024, the crew got
a bunch of AKs.
Yeah, they got reassigned from the Navy to the Army, and they got sent to Ukraine. And everybody was like, "Oh, you've given up," and Russia's like, "No." And then this thing's fucked. So the other thing that was really funny is the Russian Admiralty started parroting the lines that they were parroting during the Cold War, which is just the aircraft carriers are expensive, inefficient, and not the future of naval warfare. So we don't need them anymore, and this is a good thing. But yeah, with the Achilles heels of this thing, I mean, it's the power plant sucked. No matter how you looked at it, 1 boiler or 2 boilers were almost always down for maintenance. And on a ship that has, I think, 6 boilers, that's a decent amount of your horsepower that are just basically like not there, which sucks. The main issues that I've keep finding is that the Russian Navy did not build a ship that was capable of withstanding temperature shifts in terms of the engine room. So it did not like going from the warm Mediterranean to the cold Russian waters and back and forth and back and forth. And shit just kept breaking because of it. Basically, they didn't weatherproof their boat. I don't really see that having a lot of impact in the Mediterranean. But whenever she went into the North Sea, she always had fucking issues. So, and that water's a lot colder. Mm-hmm. So you can, that kind of gives a lot of support to that claim. But again, I just think that it's very funny that, in conclusion, they built an aircraft carrier that did not like the cold. Kind of funny. It's kind of like,
oh yes, aircraft carriers are no longer needed, and like every other major military in the world are trying to produce their own aircraft carriers right now. Like China's trying to crank them out.
That's the really funny thing to me. It's like, yeah, aircraft carriers are stupid and worthless. Meanwhile, Brazil's like, yeah, we're building 2. France,
I think Brazil, Spain, France, India's making their own homegrown. Even Turkey's trying to get theirs off the ground.
Yeah,
they actually laid theirs down. I think Turkey did.
And China is actually trying to launch something that is relatively similar to like a Nimitz, which is nuts. Granted, their domestic jet engine production still can't build Russian engines that they have all the specs for to spec, so they can't launch strike aircraft off of them with a full load of fuel and weapons. But that's not here or there.
Oh yeah, Turkey actually laid down their first domestically produced aircraft carrier this January.
Great, so we'll see it in 30 years.
Yeah, if the British don't take it again.
Yeah. So yeah, that's kind of a really fucking long historical kind of diatribe of Soviet shipbuilding. It's always been very interesting to me because like it's such a I don't know, it's very interesting to pour all of this time, resource, equipment into a navy, and then
Let it
you
rot.
don't think about the logistical aspect of it and the support, like repairs. Like you think, oh, I can just tie this or weld this ship to a pier, and then in 20 years when I'm going to have to reactivate it, like a naval vessel is not a tank you can just park in a fucking field and reactivate. And don't get me wrong, like a lot of the Crevacs and stuff are really good, but when you're relying on a backbone that is essentially just reactivated Soviet weapons, it's just rough. The other thing that is really funny, and I this is why I opened War Thunder. The Su-33, which is their premier, their fighter aircraft, is fucking massive. Like this thing is huge.
Oh, that's a big boy. Do the wings fold up at all or no?
I would assume so. I don't know where. It's not a function that's built in War Thunder. Well, actually, yeah, I can just do this. Yeah, so they fold apparently. Yeah, they fold a decent amount. So this is actually not horrendous, but it's still just like physically a large aircraft.
Yeah, that looks so much bigger than a Hornet.
So but yeah. I don't know, that's about it on my end. I'm pretty good.
Yeah, that's about all I got too. I've been quiet for the past half hour.
Yeah, sorry, I've been monologuing.
No, it was an interesting monologue. I was, if the audience wasn't listening, I was listening. So.
But yeah, hopefully this makes up for the lack of content last week.
Of yapping. Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah. It's almost a 2-hour long episode, so it should make up for last week's absence.
I just for those of you who don't know, my work requires me to work the weekend, the first weekend of every month, and on quarter ends I have to work the following weekend as well. So I just, like I said, I had to work like a shitload of time. So I just I didn't want to do anything when I got home, except unwind and maybe do some cleaning, do some meal prep or something. And then I would just wake up and my sleep schedule was just all over the place. So unfortunately we just couldn't line up recording, but I just wanted to offer that up because I do feel bad. Mayhem was in our DMs clamoring, and the funny little Australian man. But yeah, it's just I did want to apologize for that, but it wasn't like we just kind of forgot about it or something.
No, we were like, hey, you want to record then? And we're like, yeah. No. And then, wait a second.
I have work.
Yeah, I've been buying a house and handling all that stuff. That's way more busy than I thought it was going to be. Go figure. All right, then. If you liked what you heard, subscribe to the channel on YouTube. Follow on Spotify. Whatever you do on Spotify. I don't know. That's strange land to me. I just upload the MP4 file there and call it a day.
Yeah.
But yeah.
You do a good job of that. I'm watching the metrics.
Okay, good. I know what buttons to push. Good.
It's not like you upload a YouTube video and you private it. It's just like, oh, what's happening here? Oh, wait a minute.
All right. See y'all later.
See ya.